Hello everybody, and welcome back to Season 43 of the Pichu London Cup Series. Today, we're at Orlando International Speedway for the running of the Toyota 500. And this is our regular season finale here in the PLCS. After this race, we'll determine which 16 drivers will make the playoff field. And now let's take a look at the point standings heading into this race. There you see Owen Miles is 29 points ahead of Nathan Ormond for the regular season title. But that's not the race we're focusing on here tonight. What we're focusing on is the playoff race and who will get that final spot into the playoffs. Let's take a look down and see the playoff picture right now as we speak. Garrett Albertson owns the last spot currently in the playoffs, is 8 points above the cutoff line, and John Andrews is 8 points behind the cutoff line. So it'll be between Albertson and Andrews for the final spot unless we have another different winner this season, and provided they stay in the top 30 in points. Billy Bishop is 10 points back. He can also make the playoffs on points if we have another repeat winner among any of the 15 that have already won this season. Any of these 15 that have won this season already, they get the win here in Orlando, then the last spot goes to the driver with the most points without a win. Right now that is Garrett Albertson. But Billy Bishop's 10 points back. He could make the field. So can John Andrews, and Wyatt Thomas and Ryan Durrani. They need help. They need to get a win and get in mostly, but they can still get on points, but it's a long shot for them. But they really need to pick up a lot of points here today. And of course, there's the real race for the playoffs here, and there you see how close it was. Wyatt Thomas, Billy Bishop, all close. David Aline is close. David Aline, though, he could also get in the playoffs with a win, believe it or not. Yeah, I'm dead serious. He could get in with a win. And Foster, Quinn, Nicky, Hawkins, Casey Hoyt are all hoping to get in with a win this season, the playoffs. And then another race that we haven't really seen much of, Alexander Rowe and Giovanni Castillo. It looks like one of them could make the playoffs. The other might not make the playoffs. But Castillo, though, needs to be in the top 30, and also Rowe and Castillo both need to be in the top 30 for them to get in the playoffs, but with the spots going on, only one of them could make the playoffs out of the two that are below the top 30 in points right now. Alexander Rowe has 337 points, and he is just 21 points behind Dmitry Baranovsky. So Castillo can still make the playoffs, provided that all the other drivers ahead of him have really bad days. Castillo earns a lot of points and jumps up to 30th in just one race. And that could be done. It could be done. It is possible for Alexander Rowe to be in the top 30 after this race. And Giovanni Castillo, same thing as well. Though he's 41 points back. So he needs a win. Castillo basically needs another win in order to get in the playoffs, provided he has enough points to catapult everybody else. So it's going to take a miracle for Rowe and Castillo to make the playoffs despite one win, since they're outside the top 30 in points. So it's going to be an intense race for the championship. And now let's take a look at the starting lineup for this race here in Orlando. And on the pole here tonight will be the 15 of Unleasher Quillies. And on his outside will be the 21 of Connor Breton. And Wyatt Thomas and Cassie Reynolds start row 2. Quinn Moore, John Andrews actually will start row 3. Claire Richardson, Stewie Moore in row 5, and there's Cole Binion and David Aline rounding out the top 10 here in tonight's race. And look at the rest of the starting lineups here in today's race. And the one other part-timer in this field is Avi Sachs in the number 62 car. But the big race here is all about between Garrett Albertson and John Andrews. And there you see Albertson in the number 2 car today. He's starting in the 25th position. Andrews is starting in the 5th position. So, this is a super speedway, though anything can happen in these laps. And there are 2 stages in this race, 10 laps each. So, if they mess up the first time, they can always come back and try it again the second time. So, then there's Rowe and Castillo. And let's take a look where Castillo is. Right a little bit in front of him in the 19 car, he starts 17th. And Alexander Rowe starts, I think, just behind him in 19th. So they're both on the bottom lane to start off. This will be good. This will be very interesting. And another notable driver, Billy Bishop, is in the 12 car. He can also still make the playoffs by just on points. 37th right now he starts. He'll have a long way to go, but it's still possible. Anything is still possible. And Wyatt Thomas, we mentioned he'll start in the 4th position. Best spot for him right now to start off so far. He might try to pick up points, try to get a win, and get into the playoffs. So, all these drivers are hungry to get into the playoffs here, and it'll all come down to Orlando. 2 10-lap stages as mentioned earlier. As you see, Connor Breton has yet to win this season, and he's looking for another one here today. Unleasher Quilly's up to this point. He already has a win and is already in the playoffs. So, if he wins, then it'll be down to Albertson, Andrews, or Billy Bishop to get into the playoffs. It's all going to come down to this, folks. Regular season finale. Could be a regular season title on the line for Owen Miles. He starts in the top, just outside, the red car on the top of your screen, right behind the 99. He's battling for the regular season title, and it's going to be a fun one here today. Here we go, green flag. We're underway in Orlando. 10 laps, both stages. They mess up one time, they can always go back and try again the second time. Second time, though, we're racing for real. Very different racetrack than what we used to run before. Oh no, Quentin Moore, they're going around already on the first lap. Oh, they've already went around. A big crash. Already on the very first lap of the race. They wasted no time at crashing. Oh man, big names involved. The 12 is involved too. Oh, on the first lap of the race. My goodness. Right now, Wyatt Thomas is in prime position. He's in 2nd place. He might get into the playoffs with a win. Connor Breen could be making it in as well as they race back to the line, and looks like the 21 is going to be the leader under the caution, heading to the caution. But again, it's just the first lap of the first stage, so they can come back. They'll try again, and we'll see what happens. Casey Hoyt, Foster Henderson, Isaiah Bernesh, Coda Butcher, Paul Barber, Forsty Mars are out of the race for now, but they'll be back for another shot. We're back to the green flag, and already the lead is changing. Here comes John Andrews with 5 to go in stage 1. Andrews really needs a win here to get in the playoffs. We'll see if he can do it here tonight. Here's Porter. Quinn Porter's behind him. 5 laps left, stage number 1. It's a battle. It's going to be for the playoff spot. It's going to be for the last spot in the playoffs. Porter, could he get in with a win? John Andrews, Stewie Moore, all trying to get in with a win. With 4 to go in stage 1. Nicky Maxwell, Wyatt Thomas, Alex Hawkins, all trying to get in and win. Giovanni Castillo right now and Alexander Rowe, they're in the back. Not doing so great. Hawkins running in the 7th spot. He's with the draft. Castillo's a little behind, though, in 10th. But again, this is just stage 1, and anything can happen. Breen's going up high, going to get a run on the high line. He's not going to be able to. He is not going to get that run. 3 laps to go. Here in stage number 1, John Andrews, Wyatt Thomas, Stewie Moore, Connor Breen, and 1 car up in smoke. That is the 43 of Claire Richardson. And she'll have to go to pit road in the final laps of stage number 1. 2 stages here, 10 laps each in the super speedway. Another chance for these drivers who were out early. They can come back and try to win this race. We've seen comebacks. I mean, the 42 Casey Hoyt, he started from the pit lane. He started from the pit lane at Talladega and ended up winning the race. So we have seen big comebacks in super speedways before. Will there be another one today? There is Stewie Moore in the lead. Wyatt Thomas. He needs a win to get in. He knows he needs to win. He needs this win. Connor Breton trying to steal a win away and get in the playoffs maybe. Garrett Albertson on the draft. He's trying to steal a win. Albertson and Andrews battling for the win with 2 to go in stage 1. Andrews is the highest position, but he needs more points. He needs to be more ahead of the 2 car. And that 2 car staying behind him. It's still going to come down to the wire. It might even come down to a few points. Provided we have a repeat winner. Anything can happen in these final 2 laps. Can Stewie Moore hang on for the win? Oh boy, this is going to be fun. We're heading to the final laps as we head to the white flag in stage 1. Final laps in the first stage. Stewie Moore, Wyatt Thomas, Nicky Maxwell trying to hang on. Oh no, the 2 spins. Oh, the 23 and the 2 get into contact. Oh man, Albertson drops back. Oh my goodness. Oh, they got hit. Contact. Oh my. What a twist. What a twist. In the grass. Oh my goodness. And they're losing positions. The white flag in the air in stage 1. And they're still green. They're going to still race. That's just the first stage. They could make a comeback. But man, this is going to really hurt Albertson. Oh my goodness. This is going to hurt Albertson in the long run. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more tighter. Final laps in stage 1. There's John Andrews in 3rd place. He knows he needs to get a lot of points to jump ahead of Albertson and make the playoffs. But Stewie Moore, Wyatt Thomas, they both haven't won this season. They could win and get in, and Andrews would be eliminated. Into the final turn here in Orlando, it looks like Stewie Moore is going to lead at the end of stage number 1. So Stewie Moore leads at the end of stage 1. He's getting a prime starting spot in stage 2. Stewie Moore is looking to win and get in the playoffs. A lot of these drivers all hungry for the win. So that'll do it for stage 1, and when we return, it'll be stage number 2. Alrighty guys, we are back in this race in Orlando in the final 10 lap stage. This is it, folks. This is for the final spot in the playoffs. It all comes down to this. Stewie Moore is going to lead the field back to the green flag. Will he hang on for the win? There's also Wyatt Thomas, John Andrews, all trying to make it in the playoffs. There's Matt Gomes. If Matt Gomes wins, he's already a winner this season at the Glen. So if he wins this race, then Matt Gomes will have 2 wins. And if John Andrews stays in his position, he might advance to the playoffs. So Matt Gomes might have a chance if he wins again. It's going to come down to Garrett Albertson or John Andrews or Billy Bishop in the playoffs if Gomes wins. But if Thomas or Stewie Moore win, they could pull off the upset and get the final spot in the playoffs. Here we go to the green flag. Back at it again. Already back to 4 wide racing. John Andrews is going to wisely get out of it. Because last time they went 4 wide, they crashed. Wyatt Thomas in the middle. They crash out. They might not come back if there's no overtime. So they got to make their moves carefully. Oh, it's going to come down to the wire. They're going very fast here. Almost the speeds of Daytona, Talladega. Bumping and banging. They're going 6 wide. Oh, there's so much room for 6 wide at this track. You would not believe. Here we go for the lead. Unleash your Quillies. If he takes the win, then the last driver in the playoffs is going to be the one with the most points. Unleash your Quillies trying to make it in. If Avi Sachs wins, then he will not be in the playoffs because he's a part-time driver and there's already a wreck behind them. Owen Miles and Steve Morgan. Oh my gosh. This could open the regular season race wide. This could put the regular season title race wide open. They go around, bring out the caution. They'll race it back to the stripe. Oh my gosh. And that might be good news for the 9 of Nathan Ormond if he can get out of this one. 4-5 wide all in the pack. They're just trying not to wreck one another. I have never seen a bigger pack quite like this. They make a mistake, then for most of them it's going to be over. Racing back to the line. Let's see if they make it out after the caution. And it's highly likely that they will not make it through without wrecking each other. Here they come to the caution flag. Better keep it steady. They just took the caution. 21. Oh, 21 around. Connor Breton. Oh, Albertson nearly hit. Oh, man. Oh, 6 is hit. Oh, the 6 was hit. Oh, man. The 6 was hit. That's Isaiah Bernash, Cole Binion, Connor Breen together. Oh, my gosh. That could have been so much worse. That could have been so much worse. Oh, what a relief for those drivers. Oh, my gosh. That was a heart-pounding moment there. It looked like they were going to wreck everybody, but it looks like everybody's going to be racing with 4 to go. Back to the green. Landon Smith Jr. in the lead right now. He has 2 wins this season, I believe. So, a 3rd win, and the last spot goes to the driver with the most points without a win. And Billy Bishop has worked his way up to the top 5. Oh my goodness, this could be a game changer. Bishop trying to get all the points he can get, but he wants to win and get in. He wants a win to get him in the playoffs. Can he do it? Can Billy Bishop get the final spot away? John Andrews has dropped to 24th. Wow, in just a few laps he has dropped to 24th spot. Oh, what a tough run for him in this second stage. Turns around just that quickly. And Garrett Albertson, where is he at? Right now, 19th. He's actually ahead of John Andrews. Garrett Albertson is ahead of John Andrews. If he stays where he is, he might be able to win this. He might be able to get the final playoff spot. Unless Billy Bishop wins this race, and he is now in the lead. Billy Bishop trying to get in the playoffs with a win. 19 and 37, they already have wins, but 26 is the 19. And his chances might not be good for him to make the playoffs, but Rowe might have a chance in 20th. He might come from behind and win this race. 20th place. It's possible. Look at the run that the 12 got. He's pulled away. But is it too much of a lead? Is it too much? Did he pull away too much? 2 to go. Here we go. 2 laps to go. And now the pack is coming quick. is coming on quick. They're coming for the 12 car. Here comes Landon Smith Jr. for the lead. And they're back, and the 41 in the lead now. Can he get another victory? And will it come down to the final spot at Bishop? He needs to win to get in. Might not be enough points. We'll see if he goes ahead of Andrews. Look at John Andrews making a comeback. Can Andrews make the comeback in time? Avi Sachs on the bottom. White flag with one more lap around Orlando. It's all going to be for the playoffs now. Side by side, 5 car goes to the bottom lane. Into the white flag we go. 1 to go in Orlando for the final playoff spot. Here comes Sachs. Avi Sachs. Quinn Porter down low. Quinn Porter to the lead. John Andrews in the middle. He's trying to win and get in. He's trying to make it in, but Quinn Porter could win and get in himself. Final corners, here they come. Stewie Moore. Here comes Albertson. He's going to take a chance. Goes 5 wide more with the block. Stewie Moore with the block. Here he comes. This is for the playoffs right here, for the final spot. It's Porter, or it's going to be Moore. It's Albertson. Here comes Albertson to the final turn. Who's it going to be? Down the line, 4 wide for the win. And the winner in Orlando's going to be down to the wire. Who's it going to be? Avi Sachs has won. Avi Sachs. The 62 of Avi Sachs has won it. In a shocker. He was on the high line. And he takes the win. Avi Sachs wins. And Garrett Albertson, he might be in the playoffs. With that race, with that 4th place finish, I think Garrett Albertson might have just made the playoffs. It was a 4-wide battle for the win, but in the end, it was Avi Sachs taking the checkered flag. The 62 has won it here at Orlando in the regular season finale, and that's how close it was. Look at that. Avi Sachs gets the win. And Quinn Porter, he had it all. He gave it his all to get one more chance in the playoffs, and he just wasn't able to get the draft to get in, and looks like Porter will not be in the playoffs. Garrett Albertson, what a tremendous comeback. He was 18th on that final, before the last lap. He was 18th. Yes, 18th. And he worked his way up to 4th. He gained 14 positions on the final lap. That is incredible. The 2 car, he knew he needed to finish ahead of Andrews to get in the playoffs if there is a repeat winner or a part-timer that won the race. And sure enough, the 2 car might be, it's safe to say he might be in the playoffs. So, wow, what a win for Avi Sachs in a part-time ride. He does it again. The guy is magical in super speedways, and the 62 team has the win. A very, very huge victory for the 62 team. Oh man, Avi Sachs does it again. My goodness, he's like the master of super speedways. He has a few Daytona 500 wins to his name. But Avi Sachs, the master of the super speedways, gets another victory in season 43. How about that? That is just incredible. A tremendous achievement for Avi Sachs to win again in a part-time ride. Just incredible. Avi Sachs he is again the master of super speedways. So bravo for the 62 team. A job well done. Another win in the super speedways. Just amazing. So now it is official. We know we have wrapped up the regular season. And here we go. The final points of the regular season. Here they are. And Owen Miles is the regular season champion with an 18-point cushion over Landon Smith Jr. That big gain had prompted Landon Smith Jr. to second place in the regular season title. So amazing for the 41 team. But Owen Miles in the end able to hang on and win the regular season championship with an 18-point cushion ahead. And Garrett Albertson 7th in points. It's safe to say he's going to be in the playoffs. But let's see the top 30. And Alexander O did not crack the top 30. He fell 2 positions short. 32nd in the points. Fell way short of points. And Giovanni Castillo did gain 2 spots up, but he'll end up 35th in the points, and that means he will not be in the playoffs in season 43. Zachary Fitzwater, look at that. He was dropped to 30th. He could have been eliminated from playoff contention, and we would have had another driver without a win in points. John Andrews would have gotten in if Zach Fitzwater actually dropped out of the top 30. But Zachary Fitzwater held on to 30th somehow, some way, and Zach Fitzwater held on to 30th, and he is eligible for the playoffs. And there it is. There's your playoff standings and who's in and who's out. There's all the 15 winners in the season that are in the playoffs, and the 16th driver that didn't make, and the 16th driver will be decided on points. Garrett Albertson is the last driver in the playoffs with 10 points above John Andrews. That is the final ruling, and Billy Bishop 22 points back, David Aline 47, Wyatt Thomas 50 points back. And so that means Garrett Albertson is the final driver in the playoffs here in season 43. It came down to the wire. It was just insanity from beginning to end. So let's show you the playoff points and all the playoff standings among the 16 drivers. This is how the points will be lined up for the playoffs. Owen Miles will have the most to start off at 20,030. Cassie Reynolds will be 9 points back. Landon Smith Jr. is 10 points back. Nathan Ormond's 13 points back. Matt Gomes 17 points back. Juan Rodriguez is 19 points back. And there you see the rest of the field from 2004 and on. Those are all the 16 playoff competitors for this season of the PLCS. All 16 of those are in, and they'll be competing in the round of 16 as we kick off the playoffs next weekend. So, let's tell you about the first round races only. It's going to start off at the track Too Tough to Tame, Darlington Raceway. The Southern 500 will kick off the playoffs, and then it's back to Bristol at the paved oval this time. The regular Bristol Oval will host the second race in round of 16. And the cutoff for the round of 16 will be at the Charlotte Roval in the Bank of America Roval 400. That is sure going to be a very fun race to do. And those are your 16 cars, the 16 drivers in the playoffs here today. And I hope you guys enjoyed our regular season finale at Orlando. And there you have it, the 16 drivers that will be making it in the playoffs. All those 16 drivers that will be competing for the championship. Until next time, we will see you later.